everybody, and welcome to the channel. I just wanted to make one last quick video while I'm up, and some of the Lyme symptoms are a little bit less aggressive right now, because they'll be, I've come to embrace the fact that there's times that I can and there's times that I can't. So I make a cup of yerba mate tea in the morning, and then I have a cup of hot cocoa later, because it's just my one treat, I drink nothing really but water, take a lot of vitamins, and I don't eat desserts or anything like that. I love, but I have to have a little something just to remind me that I'm human. That's really important, is to allow yourself a little treat. And if we do go through some sort of really major turmoil, I just am a big believer that you should have your comfort items stocked up. So I've said before, I know I seem kind of like I flip-flop, but truthfully, I hear from the financial people that yes, we are headed towards, major catastrophe. And there's so many people in the United States, in these big cities, and even in small towns. I guess I can't imagine what it looks like, what that's going to look like. Like, what does that mean? Does that mean that it's going to be like South Africa, and we need a bug-out location? I think it's good to kind of consider the worst case scenario. I think that's always a good idea, because then you've got your bases covered. And so I go between thinking about the worst case scenario and the best case scenario, and usually it's somewhere in between. And I had a really interesting experience with this guy at the grocery store when the 1-9er first came out, and I went to the grocery store, and we were both the first ones there, and we started talking, and I was telling him, I said, do you think this is the end? I said, do you think, that the mark of the beast is coming? And because I just got the feeling that possibly it was that time. And he said, no, he said, I think in situations like this, it's going to be something in between, And then I kept running into him everywhere. Like, I think he was an angel. Like, I normally don't go to the store at a certain time, and when I would go, I would see him there. And this happened probably 5 or 6 times, and I've never seen him again. But I think he might have been an angel, because I was really under, at times I'm under the conviction that we are in that time frame of where, possibly the mark is out there. But I don't really know where I'm going with this, but I think they're playing on Christians in many ways. I think they're playing on our beliefs, on our Christian beliefs, Judeo-Christian beliefs. I think, in a way, they're playing on that and trying to scare us into all that. But then, then it could be the real thing. But either way, I feel it's important to be prepared spiritually. And I do go back and forth and thinking, is this the end? Is this, are they going to, is it that time where we give up our lives for Jesus, and we're willing to do that? And I am willing to do that. I am, but until then, I know I said I was done going to the grocery store for prepping, but I think I've got enough of some of the personal items that, I'm going to sneak in bags of rice in my grocery list when I go for the, daily things. When I go for the daily things, yes, I'm going to go ahead every time I go and get some canned goods and rice, and seasoning. Sneak in some Spam and canned ham when I can, canned, when I have a little extra canned salmon, and sorry, there's a fly in my house. I had to have the windows open today to kind of just, I like to air the house out every now and then. But, you know, we're just in a really historic, oh, there goes the stove. We're just in a really historic time. We truly are. And no matter what happens, you know, as long as we have our faith, and we have our faith, and God will provide. And I truly believe that we are definitely on the brink. In my opinion, we're on the brink of a war with China, and it's going to be a really interesting time. It is a very interesting time. And but anyway, I do believe in stocking up on the comfort items. Mine aren't very expensive, but definitely the basics. And yes, the grocery bill was shocking. Like I said earlier, never in my life have I had that much. And so, you know, from here on out, it's going to be just the basics. And I really like basic food. I really like just plain, you know, pretty much simple food. I do. I always have. Southern cooking is a lot of that. And then, you know, I'm in a multicultural marriage, and so there's a lot of different things you can do with rice and beans and vegetables and stuff like that. I mean, it's just endless. So, you know, I think if you keep an open mind, the transition into this new generation and this new era, and will be, I think, psychologically, it'll be a lot more bearable. But I still feel that there will be those lines. I don't know why. So it is important to have the basics that you need so you don't have to get in those lines, especially if you have a health condition and you're elderly or you're bedridden. Amazon still has some decent prices on the basics. Canned goods, I've read, can come very dented. So at the grocery store, I would just encourage canned goods as much as you can, like canned beans and canned soup, the hearty ones with a lot of calories. And those things, if you just kind of stick to those basic things, you know, I am going to still incorporate those things. But the other goods, I have, you know, I'm going to work on just really being sparing, using things very sparingly. And, you know, my grandparents, as well as yours, I'm sure, lived through the Great Depression, and we've got it in our genes. And I know that we can live through tough times. You know, we can live through it, and it's going to be a challenge. But I'm up for it. You know, I don't know what it's going to entail. I don't think anybody truly knows. But, you know, as long as we keep Jesus front and center, and we keep an open heart, but then also be on guard. Don't let your guard down. And be careful for the heartstrings. I put a video out about that, and I had an experience with that, and I learned in my self-defense class not to do that, because people will play on your heartstrings in order to take advantage of you, if not injure you, or kill you even. So a lot of people aren't going to handle it very well. A lot of people are not going to handle this very well. A lot of people aren't going to handle this very well. But if you stay informed and you stay on the right side of it, then you are more prepared probably than 90% of the people out there. And then, you know, in reality, it's truly a mystery how things will play out. It's just truly a mystery. But I do think, once again, the long lines for food and gas and supplies at the Lowe's and Home Depot, I do think that you can prepare yourself for that. So now, while you can, if you need a new appliance, or you need it repaired, or you need parts for something, or cables for your generator, good extension cords, I got my solar. I need to show you how I hooked it up, and it's great. It's wonderful. I'm so grateful. So anyway, you all, I know it seems like it's kind of a schizophrenic time, and no matter what, you know, we are going to get through it. We will get through it. And I really depend on the content creators to put out what they know. And, you know, I don't have as much knowledge in that department, but in terms of self-defense and living with a chronic illness and prepping for that in mind, I do have some knowledge in that. So anyway, keep yourself safe. Make sure you know how to defend yourself. Get yourself a plan. And don't forget to enjoy life and treasure the small times, like, you know, a cup of tea and snuggling with your pet or your loved one, you know, your wife or your husband and your family. And God bless each and every one of you. Remember to keep Jesus front and center. He saved me, and I know He can save you too. I love you guys a lot. To my subscribers, I'm so grateful for you. I love you all so much. And if we don't ever meet here in the natural, we'll see each other on the other side. Love you guys. Bye-bye.